Instructor Valethor had taught spatial engineering at the Interstellar Academy for 247 cycles. In that time, he'd trained students from 63 different species, each with their unique approaches to problem solving. The Centauri used mathematical precision. The Krell employed patient observation. The Yulani relied on quantum probability mapping. None of them had ever done what the human just did. The exercise was standard, part of the physical security module required for all second-year cadets. Valethor had placed the mechanical combination lock on the desk before the class of 15 students, its titanium carbide casing gleaming under the laboratory lights. 6 rotating discs, each with 72 possible positions. Over 1 billion potential combinations. This lock, Valethor announced, his 4 eyes sweeping across the assembled cadets, represents a challenge you will face in field operations. Securing and breaching physical barriers without electronic signatures. Your task is to open it using only the tools and knowledge you possess. You have 3 hours. He turned to input the problem parameters into the class database, a process that typically took 45 seconds. Behind him, he heard the expected sounds, students discussing approaches, pulling up holographic reference materials, requesting scanning equipment. Then he heard a click. Valethor's primary and secondary eyes swiveled independently toward the sound. The human, the one called Marcus Chen, sat at his station with the lock open in his hands, examining its internal mechanism with casual curiosity. 42 seconds had elapsed. "Cadet Chen," Valethor said, his vocal sacs inflating with what humans had learned to recognize as confusion, "explain your methodology." Marcus looked up, seemingly surprised by the attention. "Oh, I just cracked it, sir. Feel and sound method." The Centauri cadet, Quelix, spoke up, her crystalline form refracting light in patterns that suggested disbelief. "Impossible. The mathematical probability of random success is..." "Wasn't random," Marcus interrupted, then quickly added, "Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I felt the gates catching and listened for the click pattern. Took about 30 seconds to find all 6 positions." Valethor's teaching subroutine struggled to process this. "Cadet Chen, that technique requires tactile sensitivity beyond standard humanoid capabilities and audio processing that." "Respectfully, sir," Marcus said, rotating the lock's discs back to random positions, "it's actually pretty basic where I'm from." "Well, basic for some people. My grandpa taught me when I was 12. He said it was an important life skill, though I'm pretty sure he just wanted to mess with my mom's diary lock." The classroom had gone silent. Even the Yulani, who existed partially in probabilistic superposition, had collapsed into a singular state of focused attention. "Demonstrate again," Valethor commanded. Marcus shrugged and reset the lock. His fingers moved across the first disc with gentle precision, rotating it slowly. "You're feeling for the false gate here," he narrated. "There's a slight catch, see? Different tension than the real one, but once you find it..." Click. "That's one." He moved through the remaining 5 discs in less than a minute, each gate falling into place with methodical certainty. When the lock opened again, he held it up. "The trick is that machines are made by sentient beings, and sentient beings aren't perfect. Every lock has tells. You just have to know how to listen." Valethor accessed the Academy's historical database, searching through 2 centuries of security module records. No student had ever opened the lock in under an hour. The current record was 47 minutes, held by a Krell with cybernetic sensory enhancements. "Your species," Valethor said carefully, "does not possess enhanced tactile or auditory capabilities according to our xenobiological data." "No, sir," Marcus agreed. "But we've got something maybe better. We've been making locks and breaking them for about 5,000 years. Turns out when you spend that much time securing things from each other, you get pretty good at both sides of the equation." The Centauri cadet's patterns shifted to indicate concern. "You mean your species has been competing against itself in security measures for 5 millennia? Oh, way longer than that, Marcus said cheerfully. 5,000 years is just the documented stuff. We've probably been hiding things from each other since we figured out the concept of a mine. Valethor updated his lesson plan in real time. Cadet Chen, you will now teach this class your technique. The rest of you will learn. It appears humanity has developed a practical skill set we had not anticipated. As Marcus began explaining the fundamentals to his bewildered classmates, Valethor made a note in the Academy's cultural database. Humans possess extensive experience in security circumvention due to prolonged interspecies distrust. Recommend updating all Academy physical security protocols. Current systems likely inadequate. In the back of his mind, a concerning thought emerged. If humans could crack a supposedly unbreakable lock-in under a minute, what else had the galaxy assumed was secure? The answer, he suspected, was about to become very interesting.